Everybody, welcome to It's WAC, the short video where I talk about a certain Washington administrative code related to early learning in Washington State. So today's code, we are going to go over WAC 110-300-0147. And this is a big one because it talks about outside time. And a lot of parents don't like their children to go outside when it's not good weather. And that mostly has to do more with the parents than it does the children. Children do not get sick by playing outside in the rain or in the cold. They get sick from germs. Germs are what cause people to get sick, germs and bacteria. So if if they do get sick, it's because they picked up a germ or bacteria, not from the rain, because rain doesn't contain, you know, that stuff. If it's been sitting outside and children put it in their mouth, that's a different story. And also, it might lower their immune system if they're not dressed appropriately. So that's why parents should always bring clothing for all the weather conditions, especially when the weather starts to change. So make sure you're bringing clothing and that they can wear rain boots outside. They have a raincoat. That way that they'll be nice and warm and still be able to play outside. If you don't bring them the appropriate stuff, that, like I said, can lower their immune system. And teachers need to make sure that they're changing them afterwards as well, so they stay warm and dry. And this is also a big one for teachers because, like I said, adults don't like to go out in the rain, but children do, and it's required. So here we go. Weather conditions and outdoor hazards. So, an early learning provider must observe weather conditions and other possible hazards to take appropriate action for child health and safety. Conditions that pose a health or safety risk may include, but are not limited to. So, excess heat. So, if heat is over 100 degrees Fahrenheit or pursuant to the advice of the local authority, it's less in Washington. There's a chart that shows that. So I think it's like if it's above like 85 degrees with a certain amount of humidity, then we don't take them outside. If it's cold, less than 20 degrees Fahrenheit or pursuant to the weather, I think if it's at freezing, we don't take the children outside. So if it's zero or at 32 or lower, we don't take the children outside in Washington anyway. Lightning storm, tornado, hurricane, or flooding if there is immediate or likely danger. So we don't take them out during those. If there's an earthquake, if the air quality is very low and there is a public health or safety advisory, a lockdown notification ordered by public safety. So, like, for example, I've had this happen to me. There's a guy walking around your area seen with a machete. Don't take them outside. There's also it just says other similar incidents. And an early learning provider must dress children for weather conditions during outdoor playtime. You'll notice on there that it doesn't say anything about it raining. So if it's sprinkling or raining a little heavy, but not that bad, still gonna take them outside. If you think your child might get sick because they've got the sniffles, the chances are they're already sick, and if they're already sick, they shouldn't be in childcare anyway. So I always tell parents if we take them out, rain or shine, if your child isn't well enough to go outside, then they shouldn't be in care. That's usually the rule. So just a little thing for teachers and parents to look at. Again, children don't get sick by going outside in the rain. They get sick because they get wet and then maybe cold because they're not wearing appropriate clothing, and that lowers their immune system so that they get germs and stuff inside. Or I can't remember what the other one was that I said earlier, but that's that's what gets them sick. Germs and bacteria get them sick, not rain. So the more you know. I will do another one next week. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.